If we ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need Him now. Oh, we sure do need Him now. Oh, Lord, we sure do need Him now. If we ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need Him now.
Hey, how you doing? Harold Reed here, and welcome to another video inside of the HRJR Motivational Video Group. And today I want to have a quick word with you, or share a quick word with you, based on a couple of things that kind of add up. If you notice in life, there'll be times when something will happen and you don't really give it much thought, and then maybe a day or so later, maybe even a week or so later, something else will happen, but that thing that just happened will lead you all the way back to what previously happened, and you put those two together and draw some meaning out of it. Well, that's pretty much how you should try to live your life. This is called the process of learning through life's experiences. And I just got in from church not too long ago, and today the sermon that my bishop gave was entitled "The Blessing Behind Being Betrayed," which was funny to me. Not the whole, act of being betrayed, because that's a serious thing, but there is a blessing behind it. And it reminds me of a few conversations I've had with several people over the course of the past week. I had one friend who was going through some trouble with her son who got in trouble in school. Another friend of mine, Taz Daddy in Philly, he was talking about how you shouldn't turn haters into motivators, and we had a discussion about that. And all of these things kind of fell into place and really culminated and came to a head when I sat in church and heard this sermon today. And not to get into so much what the sermon was about specifically, or even those two previous conversations and some others, what I want to get across to you is this. There are times in life when bad things happen. Now, the reason why they're bad things is because, well, we wish they hadn't happened. But the fact of the matter is this. Somewhere in that situation, there's a lesson to be learned. Somewhere in that situation, there's something for you to gain. Something I learned, and I now say as often as I can, life is not about winning or losing. Life is about winning and learning. See, when you win, that's what happens when everything is going according to plan, all of the cylinders are functioning in order, and everything is in proper alignment. However, whenever something is not in alignment, whenever something is out of line, whenever something is out of sync, the end result will more than likely be what most people consider a loss. I don't consider it a loss. I consider it an opportunity to learn. I consider it an opportunity to learn because at that point, when you realize the end result was not the result you wanted, you can go back and review what it was that you did. What were the elements that were out of alignment? What were the areas that were out of sync? What parts of the plan didn't go according to plan? Who within the plan didn't live up to their responsibilities and obligations? All of these things put together, you can devise a new plan to put into work the next time around and hopefully achieve better results. So every time you don't win, see, the reason why I'm pausing is because the natural response is to say lose, and I don't want to say lose. So when you don't win, that's the opportunity to learn a lesson. And something I've also said in the past, as long as you fail to learn the lesson, you continue to block the blessing. So now, if the opposite of winning, by my definition right now, is not losing, but not winning, then what is my definition of losing? My definition of losing, or my definition of a loss, is that's what happens when there's no value to be gained from the experience. No value to be gained from the experience. In other words, if you can't get nothing out of it and there's nowhere to go from it, it's a loss. If you know what? Here it is. If you go to the convenience store and you give them $1 or $5 or $10 on the lottery, and you go and you watch the lottery calling or drawing that night, and your numbers don't get called, well, that's a loss. You lost however much money you spent on that ticket or those tickets. There's no value to be gained from that experience. That's a loss. However, if you lose a loved one, you still have all of the memories and lessons that they taught you, and the like I said, the memories and the love in your heart. So that person lives on in you. So that's not really a loss. That person just transitioned. Okay? So again, with the whole act of being betrayed, if someone does you dirty, then they've actually made you stronger, because you learn from that experience. You go back and you reevaluate what it was that they did that was dirty. And so the next time around, when someone else comes into your life, you start to get these signals, and you start to get these vibes, and you start seeing these things that are familiar to you. So you know that it's coming. Something's coming, and you know ahead of time you can act a certain way to protect yourself, because you learned the lesson from the last time around. So when you get caught up in negative situations, even the ones you know you put yourself into, try and learn something from it so that you can grow from it. That way you don't have to worry about losing. Again, a loss is what occurs is when you have no value whatsoever to gain from the experience. So when you win, everything is working, and that's when you celebrate. However, when you don't win, that's the time to start learning the lesson. So again, we celebrate when we win, but we build our character in the times that we learn our lessons during those down and negative times. So with that being said, I just wanted to give you a quick message. I was very inspired today. I had a great day at church. I'm about to go visit some family and continue my great day. A lot of big things are going to be coming up with HRJR Enterprises, and I can't wait to share them with you, but you're going to have to wait for me to share them with you. That being said, I'm out of here. You take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Child, I'm gonna walk that milky white way. Child, one of these days. Child, I'm going to walk.